Alright guys, got a bit of a fun video here for you. Not too quick, or I'm sorry, not too long. I just kind of wanted to go over the gameplay first glance that we saw from the E3 footage. Not the big announcement we were all hoping for, but I just wanted to touch through it real quick and talk about some of the lore elements involved and some of the units that we saw. So let's go ahead and start this little ditty. We'll keep the volume pretty low so you guys can still understand me. But it looks like we got a quick little Lizardmen temple here. I'll pause. Actually, I'll let this go a little bit further, then I'll pause it. There we go. So it looks like right here in this Lizardmen temple, we've got white lions of trace right here in the back. Definitely some silver helms. I was hoping, oh man, was I hoping that they were actually going to be the dragon princes. But it looks like you've got a silver helms right there with spears, and then silver helms back here without spear, or no, I'm sorry, those are Illyrian Reavers, because you can see the horse right here has got a big plume on its head. So these are Illyrian Reavers, probably with spears. It does not look like they've got bows on. And they were saying from the lore breakdown that they're going to have both, some with spears and some with bows. We don't know if the ones with bows also have spears just yet. We have the white lions of trace here, just across the whole entire line. We have what looks to be either a prince or a noble. I'm going to assume a prince just because it would probably be a little more epic. But he is in the colors of Eton, and we'll see that more as we'll get an Eagle Claw bolt thrower right here. We saw that a little bit ago. That's going to be the only artillery piece in the, sorry, let me shoot back here, shot forward there, whoopsies. But that's going to be the only artillery piece in the High Elf army. They were telling us that it can shoot either one single bolt for anti-large or multiple bolts for anti-infantry. I think it was 13 bolts. But let's go forward a little bit here and we'll see the more Heraldry of Eton. We've got some High Elf archers, some High Elf spearmen there as well. Okay, and this is definitely the Heraldry of Eton. You can just see from this picture here real quick. I'm sorry, this isn't an excellent one. The only book I really don't have of the High Elves is the one that talks about each and their individual heraldry and the colors. A lot of this comes, unfortunately, from Google Images, so it's unfortunately a bit spotty. But this is the Heraldry of Eton. You can see from the crowned the phoenix with a crown on top of it, because this is where Finubar, the current Phoenix King, hails from. And in actuality, this is where the Phoenix Court is held as well. So it would make sense that we would have an expeditionary force from Eton, probably led by Tyrion. Okay, and we've got some Bastiladons with the solar engines on top, some skinks running in the background here. And these are skinks with little blow darts, of course. We've got our cold ones, or I'm sorry, our mounted cold ones. A little bit forward, just some basic Saurus warriors in the back. And this is definitely looking like a sun dragon here. There are three types of dragon: moon, sun, and star. And the star and moon dragons are a little bit colder color schemed, I guess you could say, with blues and whites a little bit. But this is definitely going to be a star dragon with the kind of green and maroon hues it's got going on here. And we got some Pterodon units, and these are going to be the units that are kind of act like gyrocopters for the Lizardmen. They're going to be able to drop these giant boulders on the opponent, as well as harass and swoop down and attack everything that they see. Go a little further forward, and we've got our. It looks like this would be considered a feral stegodon. They were saying there's three flavors of stegodon: ancient, feral, and I believe another one here. As I pull up my notes here real quick. Yeah, so there's one with a giant crossbow on it, there's one with a giant blowpipe, and this one looks to be just the feral one because it doesn't have anything else with it. Moving forward a little bit. So there's quite a bit in this shot here. So we have just a standard Bastiladon here, feral Bastiladon, I'm going to say, because there are three flavors of them as well: feral, revivification crystal, and the solar engine. We saw the two solar engine Bastiladons. They're going to be the ones that have the big laser that collects sunlight and projects it towards the kill unit. It's going to have kind of a bit of a blind mechanic. But these guys are going to be slow, very tanky, so high melee defense and armor, and quite cheap. And with the feral stegodon, though, we're going to see something that's going to have a higher charge damage and a little bit angrier than the Bastiladon, so it's going to be a little more useful in close combat. But we do have the Temple Guard right here, because once I press play, you'll be able to see a little bit better. But and I'm surprised that this although this video is in 1080p, it doesn't look stellar. We have some normal Saurus in the back, but that is definitely some Temple Guard, because they look very ornate, very armored, and they have very long halberds. They're kind of like almost like Aztec Jaguar warriors, so with big obsidian chunks in there to act as blades. So I'm going to press play, and you'll be able to see them a little bit better here. There you go. There's a little bit more detail on them. We got pretty much everything charging in. We have those cold ones here. We have that Sun Dragon charging right in for Krokgar, a fool's errand. And we've got what looks like to be the Bastillodons in the back there, and maybe that's a Stegodon right there because a little crest. Let's watch this. This is epic. Just boom, just a good old linebacker slam. Dude, the Carnosaur does not have that shit around here. We see you have Krokgar here with his spear and his little special gilded hand. Definitely some more Temple Guard. I want to jump back here just a little bit. Right there. Okay, so if we see... I'm going to press play here and take a look at the damage that's coming into the dragon. All right. Oh. Kind of hard to see, but it's right there, right there. You see all those poison darts? So that is something to know, that all of the skinks in the chameleon skinks will have poison damage on their range. So you can see that that was definitely hammering into our dragon lord here, or our standalone dragon, which is something to note, that we will have standalone dragons for the High Elf roster. They don't need to be mounted on top of what looks like to be a lord choice or a wizard choice or something else. Well, I'm sorry, not the wizard, because you can't have the wizard, but still, it looks like you don't have to have them attending a special character. But that's everything here today, guys. Not a very long video, but I did want to kind of go over everything that was in that real quick blurb that we got. I'm expecting a little bit more, to be totally honest, from E3. I'm sure some of you guys saw the stickers that reveal that Skaven are the 4th race. I'm hoping they're not the DLC race, because it's kind of a foregone conclusion at this point. Everyone was not expecting Chaos to be a DLC race, and voila, they kind of popped them on us. So I'm hoping that for the DLC race for this, it's something unique, maybe along the lines of Tilia or Estalia Conquistadors, something that's a little bit more fun. But it did say it's going to have quite a few monstrous units, so there is some speculation as to what that's really going to include. Here's to hoping it's Tomb Kings, but I think everyone suspects anytime they go, oh, it's going to be a race. Tomb Kings. Definitely going to be fucking Tomb Kings. So definitely more excited to see what else they've got planned for E3. Thanks for watching here, guys. If you do have any questions about some of the units you saw, or maybe some callouts that you saw that I didn't mention, please let me know. I'd love to go over them in detail, or at least get some more of your feedback on what you saw in the video. But thanks for watching, and take care.